Okay. What's up, everybody? Want to welcome you all to What's Coming Out of Your Mouth, another episode of Mindset Mondays. And as you all can see, I have a guest on with me tonight, Miss Tanya, the coach. If I can introduce her, she's a certified life coach with over 18 years working with youth, young adults, and women throughout the community in ministry to pursue. Now I can't read, I guess. Here's what you found online. To pursue passion, purpose, and destiny. She has a BBA in finance and business management from Northwood University and an MBA in Regent University. In addition to her degree, she has certifications in life coaching. So all of them are life coach and coaches in life coaching. We'll leave it at that. Okay. All right. Welcome, Miss Tanya.
Hey Shay, how are you doing? Hey to the family that's out there on Facebook. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. It's Monday. So you know how Mondays go. It's always a drag. But we're not gonna complain. We just gonna take it for what it is and just keep on rolling. So let's just jump right on in. Mindset Mondays was created to basically first of all, it was created. I started it last month in May to bring awareness to mental health issues because May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. But of course, everything is going on in the world, so everybody mental is a little screwed up right now.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm so glad that I bumped into you in the youth in social media streets.
Yeah.
Able to see that you are a mindset coach. Is that correct?
I don't
just a life coach.
Just a life coach. Mindset is a part of it. Purpose is a part of it. There's things that I focus on, but yeah.
Okay. So talk about that. What are some things that you help individuals with, and what is some things that you are seeing that people are needing more help with, like right now, with what's going on?
Well, definitely, one thing I say to people, and it's like my tagline, is that I say I help people to figure out how to fit the puzzle pieces of life together so they can do it right and well. And I say I do that because I want them to be able to do life and leadership unapologetically on purpose. And so you like, Tanya, I can't even put two days together because they all over the place with everything that's going on. One day we going to work, next day we not. One day this closed, next day that's not closed. One day we let's be real, we got social injustice and we trying to figure out if we riding or where we supposed to go, where we supposed to shop. So it's a lot going on and it's a lot to take in. And even with all of that, you still trying to figure out how to do work. You still trying to figure out how to be a parent. You're still trying to figure out how to be a friend, a child, a daughter, and not to even mention the fact that people still dying from this whole pandemic that's been going on. Like the numbers are rapidly increasing. And so it's like, yo, Tanya, how I do this thing called life? Like I can't see with all of these puzzle pieces how I'm supposed to figure out, let alone how to do life, how to do mine and do it on purpose. So when that comes up, I want them, and I try to at least at this time right now, and I know this may sound crazy, but sometimes you got to take it back to one. You got to take it back to center and figure out a way to not be overwhelmed in everything and then not end up doing anything, because that happens a lot, that you get so overwhelmed you don't even do anything and you're stuck. And so a lot of that is probably going on and happening right now. Like I wrote a book called Mind Matters, and it was literally back in '08. It was during the process of '08, which 2008 was the last recession. Who would have thought we would possibly be in another possible recession in our lifetime? Like I don't even know if that even happened before, but it's a possibility now. And it's like we don't even know when it's gonna hit. But we dealing with so much right now in this 2020 possible recession. racial injustices, things
Mhm.
changing. People say, "Oh yeah, I'm with y'all now," but how long you gonna be with us? We dealing
Right.
with pandemic and epidemic, and we still literally. I just heard today somebody just got diagnosed with the COVID-19,
Uh-huh.
and it was just from being around one person had around 15 people, and now all those 15 people probably or possibly have it, and now they like it's so serious, and so
It
people are
is.
just trying to figure all of this out because there's so much hitting. And so I'm telling you, I experienced not this, but I experienced it in '08. I experienced everything from financial crisis, personal, physical, mental, all of that, and sometimes everything bombards you, you become stuck.
Mhm.
And so what I try to work with people, and like I said, to help them, is to figure out how to get unstuck and back
Mhm.
on purpose, how to not be so overwhelmed with everything that's happening, and figure out what it is that you actually can do. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we want to do everything, but you
Mhm.
can't do everything. So figuring out what you can do and do that. Did I
Well, do
answer
you
your
think
question,
that
sis?
people, yeah,
Okay.
do you think that we are trying to do everything because we don't know what to do? So, like you say, that we're trying to do everything but end up doing nothing. But with so much going on, it's like it's a lot of chaos within and outside of us, internally and externally. So
Yeah.
many people right now, they are so confused, saying like we hearing so many things like you're saying somebody just got diagnosed. The lady that keeps my baby just was telling me that somebody that she just know that was just diagnosed. So that's in my mind now because I got to think about did that person come in contact with her? She came in contact with
Mhm.
my baby. My baby contact with us. Then we contact the
Mhm.
people that we work with. But at the
Yeah.
same time, people are not so focused on the corona now. They're
Mm,
focused on the, what I'm saying, the revolution that's going on. So
yes.
it's like our mind just skip over all that.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's like we don't know from one day to the next, we don't know what to do.
Mhm.
So that's
No,
why
I
we're busying
mean,
ourselves just doing everything. So
yeah,
like
I
how do
mean,
we like quiet the mind maybe to get back refocused?
definitely. The real talk. I'm just gonna be real with it. Sometimes you gotta turn the social media off. You gotta turn the
Yeah.
television off. You
Mhm.
know, give yourself a little bit of a fast for a couple of days. Like, don't have CNN in on all day long. Don't have your
Mhm.
local news on all day long, or watching and see what's dropping on. What's dropping on the internet as far as the next
Mhm.
news. You on World Star, you on
Mhm.
TMZ. Like, hold on a minute, y'all, and just pull back, because
Mhm.
we literally are in information overload, and
Yes,
we
for
are
sure.
literally drowning. And so the way
Mhm.
to stop drowning is to turn off the faucet. So turn it off,
Mhm.
y'all. Turn the TVs off, turn the internet off. Listen, if you streaming on Netflix, don't have nothing on but Netflix, don't have nothing on but Hulu or whatever, but don't turn it on, because you gotta quiet yourself. And I
Mhm.
honestly wouldn't even watch them. I really truly, to quiet yourself, I would get alone and get in a quiet place and do that for a couple of days. Like, center yourself. If you
Mhm.
meditate, cool, meditate, but center yourself, because you got to step back. And when you step back, you're able to see it from a different perspective. For me,
That
and
is
what I
so
did
true.
for talking with Tanya, before 2020 even happened, I said it was a cultivated perspective. And something just in me, like everybody was talking about, it's double vision, it's perfect vision, all of this my time, this my year. And something in me said, I don't quite know if it's gonna go as easy as they think it. I feel like it's gonna have to be some shifting and some movement and
Mm.
some deep work to till it and to pull it out. And from there, you're gonna be able to see it in the new way. And so
Mhm.
I said that in 2019 for 2020. And so
Mhm.
I started seeing everything happen. I said, oh, okay, God, you hilarious right here. You really gonna do this to these folks. Okay. And so you really need to step back, because that is going to be the only way you can get some guidance, you can get some
Mhm.
understanding, you can get your downloads to figure out what it is you're supposed to do. But you keep running and running and running, and you don't know
Mhm.
where you're running to. There's no leader, there's no strategy,
Mhm.
there's no plan. Then you're going to run out and you're going to be empty. And so I'd rather you pull back to figure it out what you can do, what's within your wheelhouse, what's up in you and your purpose and your assignment, and do that
Mm-hmm.
first rather than going out here and just running and running and running and not knowing how you're going to be able to apply it. Absolutely, people want to see the numbers and they want to see showing up, but taking it back. If your household has people in there that have uh what they call it, those illnesses that are already there that subject them to getting it
Yeah,
more. If
underlying
your yeah,
illnesses.
underlying issues, if they have any of that, you putting them in danger. So we got to be
Yes.
smart. We have to be strategic. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my advice, is pull back for a minute, step
Mm-hmm.
away from all the noise. Not that it's not good. I am not saying that. This is necessary. But what you need to do, if you can't handle it, if it's weighing you down, if it's
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming you, you need to step back. You need to look at it from a different cultivated perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to let yourself work on it from a quiet place so you can get a strategy, so you can know what your part is and do it. Because a lot of it, really truly, where it's going to go to next, it's financial. We're going to have to
Yep.
start. That's where the real strategy comes. That's where you really get the rubber meet the road. And so that may be a part that you'll be able to play and be active in it and not put
Mm-hmm.
your family in any danger. And you can even give some ideas if that's where your purpose lies. But
Mm.
pull back. Turn the TV off, turn the social media off, and chill out for a second.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that, especially the social media, because it's so many varying stories. And a lot of it we know is fake news or somebody just paraphrasing it incorrectly.
Yeah.
So definitely unplug for social media at least once a week. Cause I'm telling you, man, that the day when the dude got killed, I I'm a strong person. Like my mind is sound. But I tell you, that was overload for me
Yeah.
just because it's just too much to take in at one time.
And if
So
you think about it, Shay, we already been in overload. We already been in the
yeah.
house. We've already been, in quarantine. We've already been with our four no more. We've already been isolated to either our house, the grocery
Mhm.
store, the gas station. Only it's there. So we've already been heightened. So this was just
Mhm.
the thing that took us over. It was the thing that took you over. It
Yeah.
was the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel back.
Yes, ma'am. It was. So you said something that I really liked. You were saying that already you had foresight going into 2020 that it was going to be a year of the shift, right? So I agree with that. I've been thinking that everything was like a rebirth, even though did my vision board part and all this and saying that 2020 vision and all that, but we didn't really know the true meaning behind that 2020 vision, right?
True.
But I
True.
love that you already had the foresight and knew that it was going to be a shifting in thinking or mindset or
Mhm.
just overall.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like the majority of people are having a shift in their thinking towards a positive way?
Sis, if they ain't figured it out, they living it out. Like for real. If they ain't figured it out, they living it.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna come out of where we're at right now is that you
Mm,
are going to have to cultivate what's going on. You're gonna have to see how it's in your life and what you need to do from it and pull out what the necessary tools, the necessary tips, the necessary resources, the necessary knowledge, whatever you need
mm-hmm,
to pull up out of this from where we're at. That's what we gotta do, sis. We gotta pull it out,
mm-hmm,
Shay. We can't stay in it. We gotta pull it out, and then with what we got, we gotta figure out how we gonna see this thing, how we gonna have a point of view that's gonna get us to where we need to go for the rest of this decade. You see what I'm
yes,
saying?
I
Like
definitely
we
agree.
gotta pull something out. And we got to be ready to use whatever come up out of that and know that this was the work. This
Mm-hmm,
is what we had to pull from what was given to us, what
mm-hmm,
happened, and not just saying what happened and what was to make really what will be. We got to use what this
mm-hmm.
was
I like
to get us
that.
to the what will be, and we can't stay in it because that would be the unfortunate path that we stay
Yeah,
here. We stay in
yeah,
this isolation. We stay in this hurt. We stay in this fight and anger and just yeah, that would be the thing that would be the worst that could happen if we stay here. We gotta
mm-hmm,
not just stay. We gotta take this cultivate this and shift to where we need to go and see it from a different perspective and point of view for 20
Mhm.
and the rest of the decade.
Yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So, people, do you people? I don't think a lot of people are realizing everything that we're discussing. I think they don't know what to do with the person that they're finding themselves to be in this time of
Oh,
solitude.
oh,
And
sis,
so,
Shay, you going in? Okay,
yeah, I'm just like,
okay.
I don't think that's why I want to do this mindset because we need a shift. We
Hmm.
people need to kind of dig in, but they're afraid to do that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, I just find it also necessary that
Mhm.
you have to discover who this person is that's being exposed during this time and know what to do with him or her.
But they don't know Shay, and they don't want to, because that Shay, that require you to actually be real with yourself for the possibly for the
Yeah,
first time in your life. That
yeah,
that requires you to literally go through some of the things that you had covered up and expose yourself to you again and
yeah.
ask you what you gonna do with this now. Like, literally, I was telling somebody earlier, I said this time right here probably is the first time some people have sat just by themselves alone with themselves to have to be with themselves, because
Mhm,
people listen, people run from it. They
mhm,
go as my daddy in the church would say, they run the drugs, they run the women, they run to the
mhm,
club. They run to so many things. They shop, they eat, they do so many things to hide from what's going on in the inside. My mama
mhm.
would always say, you got to deal with it before it deals with you. And so right now,
Yes,
folks
it's
having to deal with themselves, and they ain't that who not today. I don't want to do it, but I mean, you how much listen, you've been home by
right, but
yourself for a minute. So when you
right.
gonna do the work, when you gonna do the work,
If
you
not
gonna
now,
have
then
to.
when?
Yeah,
Like I
come
feel
on,
like this is
Shay.
the perfect time. It's presenting itself. And yes, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's intimidating. We don't know what is all suppressed under there.
Yeah.
But don't you want to come out of that? You know what I'm saying? Don't you want to see something new? Don't you want to
Mhm.
expose and be vulnerable to who you could possibly
Whoa.
be versus who you've been?
Woo, Shay said vulnerable, y'all. Did y'all catch that? Shay said vulnerable. That means you have to really put yourself and be open to whatever it is, and lay there as just lay there all out. All of you is out there, and you gotta just see what happens next.
Yeah.
That's good, Shay. That's good.
Yeah, but that's what I feel like is like right now is like now or never. And I know this is not going to reach the masses as far as that topic because, like you said, people aren't willing to do that. But I just feel like if it's 2020 and 2020 showing up like this, I need to see everything. Rid me, and let me be surrendered unto thee because I need to make sure that whatever is in this need to come out so I can be ready because you don't know. And
Mhm.
this is very taxing on the
Woo.
mind so we got to be prepared for whatever is to come.
And the crazy thing you just said, you don't know. Like, I cannot tell you how many people that I talked to that they literally had, you just don't know type situations where
Mm-hmm.
they had just saw that person or that family member, and then they found out they had COVID and they was gone within a few
Mm.
days. Or they had something else happen, and then they couldn't even be with them during that time because the hospitals was closed, the
Mm-hmm.
nursing homes was closed. So whatever was going on with them, even prior to COVID, you couldn't even be by their side when they was going.
Mm-hmm.
All you
Mm-hmm.
at most they started finally doing a Zoom, but that wasn't even enough. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, y'all, with everything's going on, you have to know that tomorrow is not promised, like, at
Absolutely.
all. And
Absolutely.
so you got to figure this out. You got to start dealing with your mind and your heart,
Mm-hmm.
your soul, your spirit, because I know Shay didn't come up with just doing this for mental health. She was pushed and challenged to keep it going past May, and for however long that she sees fit, because there's more that needs to be addressed. There's more that needs to be
Absolutely.
done. And so she's just doing her part with this part of the show on Mondays. But y'all, it's necessary. Like, you gotta do this work. You gotta do whatever is required, whatever is needed and necessary, because I'm telling you, tomorrow is a promise. You can see somebody yep, you can see somebody Saturday and you get the call they go on Sunday. because we just
Mhm.
had that happen, like literally. We like what? Like, hold on, what? I don't understand. And it's
Mhm.
that bad. And so with everything going on, that's why I challenge you to take that step back so that you know what it is that you're called to do, you're purposed to do, and you're assigned to do.
Yes, I
You
love
gotta be
that.
strategic with this.
Absolutely. Want you to be intentional. So, with you being a coach, and your main thing is to teach them the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and the how. So, what we learn in school, the five W's and the H. I
No,
think that's
she
what it
didn't.
is.
She said, "Oh, I'm gonna take y'all back." I said it, but she was like, "I'm gonna tell y'all where she got it from." Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, how are some ways that you help people come to find those things?
A lot of times, a lot of people come to me to ask me where is their purpose and how can they find it, and I like,
Mhm.
we're not going anywhere. The purpose is already in you.
It's
It was in you
inside you.
before you was even born. We just got to
Mhm.
uncover it, tap into it, dig it up out of you. And
Mhm.
so a lot of times that's where the who, what, where, how, and why comes from, where I start working with people, because the simple fact is this: what is your purpose? And if you don't know it, I got to start asking you those hard questions. I got to start
Mhm.
giving you things to think about. What is your passion? What are you passionate about? What do people say about you all the time that you always just talk about, or always have just this fire about you
Mm.
when you start talking about this? Like, what is it that even when you try to not be it or do it, or have it around you, it still was there? And then if
Mhm.
you can't figure that out, then I'm gonna tell you, go ask some people that you like, trust, and know and believe that's gonna give
Mhm.
you that real, but not that's gonna not to tear you down or anything. And then if you still don't know, we're gonna do like a gifts assessment, enneagram, a disc assessment, a job aptitude test, something to get into the analysis or the framework to see well where you're at, what is it that we're trying to take you to and go to, so that we can uncover what's been there the whole time, so we can pull all of this information together and really dig out where your purpose lies. And so yeah, like a lot of times we take child, we probably doing 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of that: who, what, where, how, and why, to
Mhm.
get to this. Especially if you've ran from it for a long time. If you
Right.
if you've been afraid to even touch it, and to trust that you could do it, because that's also it as well. You talked
Mhm.
about vulnerable earlier, sis Shay. Not just being vulnerable with who you are, but being vulnerable enough to say, this is in me, and I believe this is something that I'm supposed to do, and it's a part of who I
Mm.
am, but I don't know nobody else that's ever done it. I
Yes.
don't see anybody doing it like this. So how could it be me? How could this be what I'm
Yes.
called to, a purpose to do?
Mhm.
Like, no, that's not it. And so you literally are afraid to even open your mouth because you don't see
Mhm.
nobody else. But listen, sis, listen, bro, if it's in you, it's for you to do, because
Yes,
that was
girl.
made, and that was a part of what made you you, and you can't walk away from that. You got to pull that out.
Oh yes, girl. So if y'all don't know, I done just found me a new friend, Miss Tanya. Anybody who know me know that I am a purpose pusher, and this is gonna be my new friend. So we y'all got it on camera. So when she
Okay.
tries, y'all ask me have I heard from her, because I'm gonna be trying to talk to her.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We texting. She
yes,
she
ma'am.
she ain't figured it out yet, but she done got adopted.
Yeah. So how can, if somebody wanted to work with you, how can they find you, and what would be the process of them starting to work with you?
Well, go to my website, tanyajmiller.com. And if you're interested in coaching sessions, there's a page on specifically my coaching sessions, what I offer, different packages, and kind of get a feel of what you want what you're interested in and what your needs are. And then from there, we can have, there's a contact form on there, on that page. And then we can have what I call a purpose call. Other people call it a discovery call or a
Hmm.
consultation. I call it a purpose call because, listen, Shay, the fact is they might be like, oh yeah, yeah, I like all of this right here. But
Yeah, but when
when we get to doing the work, or when we start discussing it, you know, you might feel like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready yet, or I'm not,
Mhm.
or I don't know if I want this, or
Mhm.
maybe we not a good fit. And I
Yeah.
understand that because when it comes to coaching, I look at it just like mentorship. I don't want you to be tied to a mentor that's not going to hear you,
That's
receive you,
right.
or help you on the way to where you're trying to go. And the mentee, and then the mentee doesn't want, I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. The mentor doesn't want, the mentee doesn't want that, but the mentor doesn't want anybody that's not ready to go there and not ready to do the work and not ready to be available and present. So
Mhm.
the mentee doesn't want a mentor that's not that way, and the mentee doesn't want, y'all caught me. I said it wrong the first time, but it's the same way. Like I want you to be able to know Tanya's gonna push you past your
Mhm.
comfort zone, and it's gonna get uncomfortable. So if that's not something you ready, and you don't, honestly, or you don't like my style, or you don't like how I come at you, I
Mhm.
approached it, then that's cool. That's the whole reason for the purpose call, so that we can get to know each other. And then I'll be honest, if some of what you're talking about is not anything that I can help you with to go forward, because you need to go back and do some of the work that's
Mhm.
been holding you back, then I'm gonna tell you, hey sis, hey bro, you might need therapy. Like I definitely
Mhm.
want to work with you, but you got some stuff that needs to really go deeper than what I'm credentialed to do. You need to
Mhm.
go to somebody that's licensed to do some of that deeper work, because I want you to be on the path of wholeness. And so I wouldn't be right if I would still work with you, and I know you need to work on some other things that need to get you whole. So I may send you, I love therapy, I support therapy. That's
Mhm.
something that we got to break the stigma on in
Yes,
our race
girl.
and our culture, because we literally are literally dying and
Mhm.
killing ourselves because we don't know how to deal with our emotions and our
Mhm.
mental and our mindset. Okay. So we got
Yes,
to do better,
yes.
right? Raging out in anger because you had this, that happened. Work through that in therapy.
Absolutely.
You doing all of this in the streets and all of this with this dude, that dude, that dude. Sis, let's work out them daddy issues. Let's go get some
Mhm.
therapy. So I'm
Girl,
gonna tell
yes.
you, let's do that path first and then come to me. And
Mhm.
so that's a lot of what may happen to come up. And so like I said, on my site, tanyajmiller.com, there's information on coaching that's right there readily available. There's also information on strategy sessions that I do with leadership. So if you have an organization, nonprofit that you want to do some leadership development, or leadership strategy, I do that as well. So
Okay.
that's on my page, and a contact form is on that page. And then same for speaking. If you have something you want me to come speak at virtually, child, because that's where I think we're gonna be the rest of the year,
Right.
virtually, conference, or at your summit, or on your podcast like I'm doing with Miss Shay. Yeah, check me out there and let me know, and we can work it out. And
Mhm.
then, just in general, I'm an author. I don't know, Shay mentioned
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna ask you that
Oh,
next.
okay. I'm
So tell
sorry.
us
Yes,
about
yes,
that
ma'am.
part. Now go ahead.
Okay, so I am an author. Like I told you before, I really feel I've been telling people the book that I wrote that really resonates right now is Mind Matters. And it's
Mhm.
literally talking about getting out of your head and jumping back into life. And I feel it's so ever present right now because so
Mhm.
many people are stuck, so many people are upset, so many people are angry, so many people are hurt, so many people are devastated, so many people are in depression and anxiety because of all of this,
Mhm.
and they don't know what to
Absolutely.
do. And so I keep telling people, like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm not just trying to say it, but it is a great book for this time of season. So Mind Matters is the book that I wrote, and it's also a journal that I did, the Get Your Mind Right journal, where I ask you some hard questions, sis. Like I'm not,
Mhm.
I don't, I'm gonna ask you the stuff that you don't want to answer, but it's necessary for you to move forward. So that's
That's
the
awesome.
Mind Matters project. Things My Mama Said is the second project that I did, and basically it's about love and life, the love of our
Mhm.
mom, trying to teach us how to do life right and well. So it's 20 sayings, and you probably listen from the sip. I know you got some sayings, but it's 20 sayings,
Girl.
some life lessons that we learn from those things, and then the things that we know that we can take you along the way from them. So yeah, like it's a great book. Like a lot of people just like you take me down memory lane, or others honestly, Shay, they say, you know this helps me because I did not have that type of relationship, or I didn't even have a
Mm-hmm.
mother that would show me those things. So I get that as well. Or, just so much. It's really been like so emotional with that book. And then we did a prayer journal as well with it called Mama Said There'd Be Days Like This. So it's a book and prayer
Oh.
journal for the Things My Mama Said project. And then the third project, it's a mini book. It's basically called the Pro Series, reminding you that there is a pro on the
Mhm.
inside of you, and all you
Oh
got to do
yes,
is pull it
honey.
out
Mm-hmm.
and use it as your guide to get you to where you're trying to go. So it's a mini book, and then it's a mini journal with that. And then the fourth project, Motivated Effort, is coming out. Basically, hey, the motivation starts with you. You the only one that can do you. So you got to pull that effort out and get to going. And so that fourth project is coming out as well.
That's awesome. So all of these are available on your website, right?
The three, yes, they're all
The
on my
three.
website. If you actually connect with me, it's all about connection and community. And join me at bit.ly, all caps, join fam. You will get 20% off your first order. And if you are Amazon, I'm on Amazon, y'all. I'm a prime sis, so I can't help it myself. But if you're on Amazon, the books are there in print, digital, and audio. So if you got Kindle, y'all already know you get a couple of free books with your package. If you got
Okay.
Audible, the same thing. You can get a couple of free ones with your package. So go on and rent them, child. Go on and get them and download them so you can catch the
Yes.
audios that
Support
are out
this
there.
Black excellence because
And
this
the
is
and the
just
journals are in
awesome.
print. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
So
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna check that out. I think I'm going to gift one of those to one of our viewers. I don't know how can I make it a competition or something. I have to think on it.
hey, maybe you can tell them to the person who shares this out the most gets the book. Shares out this
Yes,
so that more people can hear about what me and you discussed about
absolutely.
Mindset Monday, and they can know to start coming to Mindset Monday and hear what you
Absolutely.
have to say. So hey, that's
Absolutely. That's
awesome.
a good idea. So whoever shares it, and it's gonna be circulating for a while. So and you have to come it done so I can make sure you share it on your page. And then I'm gonna give you all one of the books and the journal that goes along with it, just for getting this word out because all of this is good and we want to be successful in our businesses. But overall, we want to see our sisters and our brothers elevate their minds and be whole within themselves. And, that's the ultimate purpose of it all. So none of this work that we're doing goes in vain.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You said it.
excuse me. I want to ask you one thing as one of our ending questions.
Uh
So,
huh.
with you being a purpose pusher, right?
Uh
And
huh.
people come around you and they want to absorb all your knowledge and all your wisdom when they're having a bad day and all that, right?
Why I feel like you talking about yourself, Shay?
Well, yeah, I don't know. We got some kind of kinship going on. I don't
I feel
know.
like she's like, listen, because this happened to me. So what you do, sis, tell me.
Yes, but I want to ask you a question. Do
Yeah.
you think it's a such thing as toxic positivity?
Wow, that's a deep question. Explain it to me.
Okay,
Explain
so
the definition of toxic
oh, I
positivity so
ain't
I
got my
make sure I
definition
understand.
today. Let me make sure you can get my definition. But I'm
Okay.
gonna give you my definition. I'm
Okay.
read see what Google say, and then I'll tell you more in depth. Okay, so according to Google, the phrase toxic positivity is the culture of portraying yourself as being happy no matter what. You're basically switched off to anything which might be viewed as negative.
Okay. Now give me Shay version.
So, um, I'm a person that like to keep people encouraged. And
Hmm.
someone sent me this. They didn't say that they view me as being a toxic positive person, but to me, the fact that they sent it to me, that resonated with me on a level. So I didn't personally think that was a thing, first of all. And second of all, I don't personally think that it should be a thing because
Hmm.
it's not that you're turned off to negative things, but it's that you choose to see things as they are. So if they are negative, you have to deal with it head on. But I
Hmm.
do feel like there's a brighter side or a silver lining into whatever that situation is. Everything is for a purpose.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Okay, so sis, I'm gonna have to go old school with you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Give it
sorry,
to me. Give
but
it to me.
listen, y'all. Y'all know them sisters that when you see them at church or in this grocery store or at your grandmama house, big mama house, you ask them how they doing, and they say blessed and highly favored. But they
Uh-huh.
mess around and got their lights on right now. They mess
Mm-hmm.
around and need some money, but they still speak into existence what they choose and what they want to be. And so I just being real, Shay, I
Mm-hmm.
believe that people that use that word or even assume that is a thing are people that do not have relationship. I'm just gonna be honest.
Ooh, that's
And they
rich.
don't know that what because what's the name of the wait a minute, what's the name
Toxic
of the
positivity.
no, what's the
Okay.
name of the podcast? What comes out of your mouth?
What's coming out of your mouth?
Listen, sis, come on, sis. What's coming out of your mouth? So if if what needs to come out of your mouth is what you need to speak so it can be spoken into existence, so you can
Yes.
literally frame out your word, affirmation, confirmation, whatever you want to call that, confessions. I ain't being toxic. I'm speaking my life. I'm framing it. I know
Mm-hmm.
good and well what's going on.
Right.
I know good and well what's going on in my house. I know
Right.
good and well what I'm dealing with. Absolutely. But that does not that just because that's what's going on, that does not need to be what I am. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have any relationship to who I am. I can be
Mm-hmm.
broke, busted, and disgusted, but I can still stand up and in the in just the strength, the confidence, the courage, and be
Mm-hmm.
glad about it. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying? And so
God.
that mindset, like you all, what your heart is and what you decided to even name the podcast as, what you decided to even do on Mondays. Listen, y'all, no way. If sis, whoever it was, ma'am, that you decided to send this to my girl Shay, know that Shay is trying to let you know you got to use your words. You got to make sure
Mm-hmm.
what comes out of your mouth is what you desire to have, what you desire to be, what you
Mm-hmm.
desire to uphold. And so she's just trying to make sure that you know that it's necessary, and she's giving you tools, she giving you tips, she giving you
Mm-hmm.
confidence, she giving you resources, because what come out of your mouth is really important, and you got to
Yes.
make sure that you speaking those things as though they are, so that they can come as though they shall be. I'm
Yes,
just being
ma'am.
real. I'm just
Yes,
being real. So
ma'am.
I can't necessarily say that I agree with no toxic positivity,
Mm-hmm.
because as far as us, when you got a relationship, yeah, we know what is, but we're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna stay in what is. We're gonna go to what shall be. And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's my answer, Shay. That's
Oh,
my
I love
answer.
it. I love it, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Miss Tanya, I thank you so much for being a guest. I thank you so much for I thank God for our paths crossing because I really like your spirit. I always pray
Same.
for divine connection. So I feel like this is a divine connection and it was just so fitting for today. I didn't even feel like I prepared. And so it went well and I'm just so thankful. So are there
Absolutely.
any closing words, anything you want to tell the people before you get off?
Yeah, just one, like I said, just definitely embrace this time, as hard as it may be, as difficult as it may be, embrace it, because this is really a resetting, as Shay said. This is an
Mm,
opportunity for you to set the path for your decade and really put some things in order. And so I challenge you to uphold that opportunity and push yourself to build out a structure, to build out a framework, to really see the layer of the purpose that is being unfolded, and find a way
yes.
to see how you're going to produce the vision, to produce the purpose, and make clear the vision for what's next for you. Because I really, truly, and believe that's what's happening. We are literally unfolding layers of
Mhm,
our purpose to be able to see with full clarity the next dimension, the next place, the next phase of how our vision is going forward. And we have to be the orchestrators of that. We have to be
mhm,
the ones that are willing to do the work. So you need to be getting ready, and you need to be in that place and posture and position. And then lastly, like I said, listen to what Shay's heart is for Mindset Monday, because so many don't even take the time to check their mind, check their mental. They don't do
mhm,
that. And so she ain't, whether she got credentials or not, she's somebody that got life. She's somebody that got uh, uh being married. She's somebody that has and knows what it's like to be a parent, what it's like to be a friend, what it's like to be a business person. She knows things. And so we all have the ability and responsibility to be able to speak. and to be able to encourage and be able to, fulfill, let's just be real, that great commission. So we
Absolutely.
all been credentialed in that way. Okay. We all got some
Yes.
letters behind our name. And so I just encourage you guys to literally, uphold and share this Mindset Monday and what Shay's trying to do, because there's so much. I loved her. Listen, I loved her store, y'all. The guy for this glam shop. I loved all of what she's doing. She probably don't even be
Thank
bragging on
you.
herself as much as she needs to.
I
But this is a
don't. I
sis
sure
that
don't.
really is completely confident in who she is and where she's going. And y'all just need to connect, because there's so much
Oh,
in her
I
that she
appreciate
has
that.
available. And y'all gotta tap in. I'm just saying, tap into my sis. Go on and follow all her stuff, because she got
Yes,
a
yes,
lot going
yes.
on purpose. Okay, on purpose,
Yes.
y'all.
Yes. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been your episode of What's Coming Out of Your Mouth, Mindset Mondays. Good night.
Bye, y'all.